So here I've got a sketch of the side view of part 2 on worksheet 2 of unit 3. I'm actually going to zoom in on the sketch just so we can see it. So I started by making 2 circles concentric around the origin. I then drew this line down and over. And you'll notice that this rectangle looks pretty straight, where there are actually chamfers on the end product, but that we can do in the 3-dimensional space. And so I'm going to leave it just a 5-inch vertical line. Then I went back 21 based on the side view. I went up 2, which I then actually turned into a fillet. We could also fillet that 3-dimensionally. You could leave it just 21 and then up 2 as a harsh angle here. And the last thing I did, and I'll actually show this process, is I took a line from the top of this fillet here and I went over to the circle. Now I didn't go right onto the top of the circle, because if I go to the top of the circle, notice how it crosses into the circle a little bit over here, which will make like a pretty weird shape. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go around the circle going towards the side until I get this symbol, which is the tangent symbol. And I'll click that, and what that means is that this curve goes very naturally into that line, which will give us exactly the shape that we want. So I'm going to finish the sketch and I'm going to extrude. And I'm going to extrude everything but that hole. And I'm going to go the full width of the shape, which is 46.5. So this doesn't look exactly like the shape, but we can cut some of those parts out that we want to get cut out. So I'm actually going to start by looking at the bottom of the shape. And I'm going to sketch here. And what I'm going to make is shown on the bottom left view of your assignment. So I'm going to go from the corner in 29 inches. And then down, the separation is 38.5. And the full width is 46.5. So if I subtract those two things, I would get 8. And so I know that each side needs to be 4. So I'm going to go down 4. And now I'm going to actually grab the rectangle tool, and I'm going to go from this point (38.5) and 29. Now you'll notice this looks kind of weird because we can't actually see the rectangle, since the rectangle goes inside of this this shape, and that becomes a little bit clearer if we take this angle look. I'm drawing on this face because it's flat, but that face goes into and out of this circle, or this cylinder. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fillet the corners with a radius of 6. So I'll fillet that one and this one. And then I'll finish the sketch and I'm going to extrude it. Now when I extrude, I don't want to just go out towards the bottom. I also don't want to just cut out from the top, because if I do that, you'll notice that there's still a little bit of left over here. And so what I want to do is actually go symmetrically. And this default distance is enough. Basically, I just want to make sure that I cut all the way through the top and all the way through the bottom of my shape. So I'll click OK. And what that gives us is not only does it give us the space back here that we need in the shape, but it also gives us a flat vertical that we can sketch on in order to cut the shape towards the front. So I'll make a new sketch here. And then I'm going to draw, based on the top right, I need just 7 from the bottom. So I'll go from here up 7. And then a rectangle that goes from that spot all the way across, and it doesn't matter how high I make this. So it'll be a width of 38.5 and a height of That's fine. Again, you'll notice that you can't see the corners of this shape because that surface and that surface curves towards us, concealing the shape. But we're going to extrude it. We'll do the same thing as last time, which is symmetric. We got to make sure we're cutting out. And when we're doing this, we have to pass all the way outside the back of the circles and all the way out the front of the shape here. So once I have that cut out, the only thing that we need to fix now is the fillets here. So this fillet I'm going to change to a radius of 3, shown in the top right view of your worksheet. I have to turn the shape to get the other one across from it. And then we need to chamfer the front. So I'm going to get the chamfer tool. I'll click both of these edges. And the distance is actually 2. And the shape is complete.